I'm Kelton.
I'm Nathan.
And we're with the Notes of Dissent marching band. I think the main mission that we've really got is to kind of help promote the, ideals that we as a band have kind of agreed upon and bring them to these protests, even I think beyond some of our current situation. There's always going to be some sort of injustices that need to have a little more attention brought to them, and that music is just such a great way to really kind of help amplify people's voices.
Yeah, and honestly, one of the biggest things too is going to protests and bringing the energy that we bring. Not only does it bring attention to both the protest and also our mission, but it also increases that morale aspect where now people aren't just coming to the protest necessarily to, be at the protest and, have a sign and chant stuff and whatever. They might also come because they might get to hear Notes of Dissent, play some nice music. We bring up the energy not only at the protest, but also just the community vibe of going to a protest as well, and, increasing that.
I won't do what you tell me. I won't do what you tell me. I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me.
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh yeah, Killing in the Name. That's one of our better ones. So
Yeah.
It's one of our signature too. I guess we have members from all over the Front Range, all the way from Fort Collins, all the way down to Colorado Springs and everywhere in between. Mostly in Denver, but it's a great group of people. Us two are probably the most milquetoast people in the whole band. All sorts of different people from different backgrounds, different shapes, colors, sizes, looks, sexualities, genders, everything. Right, and it's wonderful to have that diversity in our band, and it really does show that music transcends boundaries and can bring people together, because we all met each other because of wanting to play music together, and there's some really good people, and I'm really glad to consider a lot of them my friend.
And I think one of the original goals we had as a band was trying to inspire not so much of a I wish I could do that, but I can do that in people that come out and see us. And some of that comes to, we're very amateur on our musical abilities, and that's fine. But then also that we have those people who don't play an instrument, who just want to come out and help the band succeed, and that's very necessary. I mean, one of the most important roles I think we have at just every protest we go to is the person who's willing to stay with the tent and watch our stuff, because we have cases, we have a lot of things that people come up and talk to them that are still going to want to have our information and get that, and so it's really important. And I think that's actually, like I said, it's one of the more important ones, because that's the person who shows up but doesn't get to join in on the quote unquote fun part of the protest, that's marching all the way around the city or whatever.
And let's not also forget to mention the whoever pulls the cart, because we have a cart that comes along with us that has all the flyers and water and stuff like that for the band members, because we definitely don't want people to be dehydrated or pass out in the summer due to heat exhaustion or anything like that. So there's always have to be someone pulling the cart, and if they're pulling the cart, they can't really play music, but they can sing. So sometimes singers do it. We love our singers.
Yeah, and so I think that's what really brings us as a community, is that we have so many spots for people who don't necessarily feel as musically inclined or whatever to be able to join us, to be able to kind of help out and make the protest a little more successful.
There's a few ways. I mean, obviously joining us and picking up an instrument that you haven't touched since high school, or if you don't own your instrument, we have a few to rent out. Or rather to loan out, not necessarily, you don't have to, pay us anything, but we also have, just being active in the community and monetary donations, time donation, anything like that. Some of us we work our butts off to try to make this stuff happen, and we know that it's greatly appreciated among the bands, but we can always use another shoulder to kind of shift some of the load to it at times, and so really it's up to anyone who joins individually what they can bring to it. If they feel like they are best serving just donating a few bucks, by all means. If they want to play an instrument, awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we have someone who does a lot of artwork for us. They made a banner that just goes behind our tent that's awesome, and we love to be able to bring that out and show off. Again, it's just something that someone in the community did. But even beyond there, we are trying to organize 30 to 40 people or something. So
more ideally, but
yeah,
as of right now.
But yeah, somewhere in that range. And so, just people who have a passion for administrative duties, even, that want to just come and help us organize.
And same with me. I'm the equipment manager technically, but that scope is somewhat limited. But for a little bit I was sending the emails, but I got burnt out of that. I was really the key contact for doing these shirts, which, shout out to Ink Lounge. They're great. Donated the shirts to us with the condition that we made them ourselves, which was really fun. But, it's all sorts of stuff. It's sort of, whatever anyone is able to give to it, they can and they do. But it's always helpful to have, like I said, other shoulders to kind of give some of the load to and take some of it off ours, and people who are administratively inclined to get things a little more organized, because we are semi-organized. We have a Discord server. That's probably the easiest way. And we have a link tree if you're able to get access to that.
Discord is where we are mostly active and chatting.
I think there's one thing that I wanted to mention is, so far a lot of what we've been doing is just going to protests and sort of getting a message out there. I know at some point in the near future, we do want to start doing events for actual charity and soliciting donations for real charities that do, real groundwork and stuff like that. So, and that we can bring our attention to that. And so if you have any, opportunities for us to come out and help out with something like that, we are open to hear it. Thanks.
And I guess just for the general, not so related to us, but always keep those human connections. You're going to see a lot of hate and fear on the internet, but go outside, meet your neighbors, have a chat with them, and I'm sure you'll find some people that are very worth fighting for.
Indeed.